Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ultra Running Magazine podcast. She is the elevation to my profile, editor-in-chief Amy Clark. Amy, how you doing?
I'm good. Scotty, how are you?
I am great. Before we get to this awesome issue, we got some breaking news. What's going on?
Breaking news. Breaking news. Well, we just announced today, well, this will be later, obviously, but July 16th, we put out that we have a new owner. So the magazine was purchased by Jamil Curry, which is going to be held under Steep Life Media. He'll be our new publisher. We're so excited. I just can't even tell you. So, obviously sad that we're moving away from Carl Hoagland, which was our previous publisher, because he was amazing, but super excited about the transition. So it's
Wowzers.
exciting.
Wow's
New
the
era.
baton has been passed from one great to another. Holy
Definitely.
moly. Wow. Well, welcome aboard, Jamil. We cannot wait to see what comes next. It's so exciting to have him as the top dog here. And
I know.
it's just
It'll
so
be great.
exciting. What can you
Yeah,
say?
super excited. Yep.
Masters, I cannot wait to see what happens next. Oh my
I
God.
know. I know. We're all very excited about the new transition, and yeah, more to come on that. So
That is so, so very cool.
yeah.
Yeah. On Instagram, he did share a quote that said, "I am very excited to become part of the legacy of this amazing publication and such a storied history of our sports." Well said, sir. We are
Yeah.
stoked.
Yes, very, very much so. Yeah, very excited. So
Yeah.
it'll be an exciting year. I mean, obviously we have he'll be the publisher starting in the next issue it'll be September. And then moving forward, it's just going to be, yeah, exciting and new stuff to come.
Yeah,
So
he pinged me separately. I don't know if he told you this, but I'm going to
yeah.
be the centerfold, just splayed out, laying on a rock, shirtless in all my glory, with some tidy dolphin shorts on.
I'll
You
check
didn't
with
hear
him
that?
on that one.
Okay, you should
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
As editor in chief, I suppose you get to overrule that, but
I usually do. Yeah.
well, thanks, our lucky stars. That's not in this wonderful trails issue and more trails.
Yes.
Tell us all
Yes.
about it. My goodness, this thing
Yeah.
is like cover to cover trails.
Very exciting. So we do this special issue. This is, I think, the second year we've done this special trails issue. And it just keeps getting better every year. It's a whole different format. So we've just got features, and all the features have to do with trails in one way or another. So we've got Jeff Kozak on the cover with Corbett running in Eastern Sierra. Jeff wrote about run and bag in the Eastern Sierra. And that is basically he takes a number of peaks and offers the details and the data so that you can go run and bag these peaks in the Eastern Sierra. It's an awesome feature and absolutely beautiful photos by Mike McDermott, who took the cover shot as well.
Yeah, here, not for the faint of heart.
No,
Prepared for that one, but such
yeah,
good information. I was surprised to see how lengthy the article was. It was so good.
it is. He always does an amazing job, and Jeff is just he knows that area like the back of his hand, and he's so good at writing about it as well. So yeah,
So consider it your tour guide through the Eastern Sierras for
there
running.
you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep it going. Let's pivot to another article that I saw about
Yes.
something that I am highly interested in, and I mean we have the queen of this fast packing with Kat Corbett, who
Yes.
knows what she's doing. But Megan Hicks, I believe, is the author of this article.
No, it's Maggie Gooderl. She
I
is
meant
also
different M. Sorry.
that's okay. It's okay. Maggie and Megan are in one of the photos together. So they do a lot of adventures together, including fast packing everywhere. And so Maggie kind of dives into what fast packing is and how it relates to the sport of ultra running, and how it can be kind of a way to train, or alternative to ultra running if you're not ready for that yet. And it can be just as hard and just as difficult to do. I like it because of kind of the gear aspect of it. So you're spending a few days out on the trail rather than just a afternoon or whatever, and you're packing your pack as light as you can to get it just perfect so that you're not you know held down like a backpacker might be with a ton of gear. So yeah,
Yeah.
real cool stuff.
I was talking with a friend this weekend who unfortunately had to DNF Western States. I think at Forest Hill or Duncan, but it was
Oh,
like
okay.
just not their day. It was just, and they think that their like 100-mile days might be over, and they're like turning an eye to fast packing. So
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
turn them on to this issue.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And that's, I mean, that's the allure of it. It's like if I can't, you know, run these ultra marathons that I want to do, well, let's just go out and go do it over a process, period of a few days and enjoy the trail as much as possible.
yeah.
So
The adventure continues, my friends,
adventure continues.
and
Yeah,
our
for sure.
tour continues of this issue. Keep on going.
Yeah. So Max King wrote a little bit about how trail running rules your life or rules my life or, his perspective on that.
Yeah,
And it's a really cool perspective because it's he's always driving to different places and he, you know, kind of sees what he's passing as he's driving and wants to go run up a mountain or whatever when he's driving. So, the corridor between Bend, Oregon and Sacramento, California has a ton of different, peaks and mountain ranges and whatnot. And so he's always trying to find a spot to go run. And he talks about planning his trips based on public lands and where he hasn't run yet and the trails that he's surrounded by. So he basically sits down and looks at a map, says, I'm going to go here and where can I run around that area? And it not just it not only affects his travel plans, but it also affects where he eats, where he shops, where he camps or stays. It's just a very cool perspective on how we kind of, as trail runners, decide where we're going to go. So
yeah. It's an interesting way to take another look at different running opportunities and experiences out there that you may have not considered. So, way to go,
yes, and
Max.
how
Maybe
it
we'll
affects
uncover
the
something. Yeah,
communities around them.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
yeah, yeah. It's really cool. Yeah. And then we've got a little love letter from one of our photographers who has been Christy Mayo and her husband Rick have been photographing races for years, and they started out in Kansas, which is where she writes about the Kansas trails in this feature that she kind of started with her family running this race and then photographing this race, and then kind of evolved into doing a bunch of other races in the Midwest as far as photographing them and becoming ultra runners at the same time. And so there's a nice little love letter from her to the Kansas trails in
Yeah,
this
and
feature.
and
So
the images are amazing. That
amazing.
that opening shot of a woman just going through chest high water.
Yeah,
What an adventurous spirit! So
yeah.
good.
So cool. Yeah. Now Christy and her husband Rick have been big contributors to the magazine for years and awesome to work with. And it's just really nice to see them kind of give a little bit more, information about their background and their history with the sport. So
So cool.
it's very cool. And then we've got another photographer, Jenny Thorson, who wrote about her friendship that kind of evolved starting at Barkley Fall Classic with a woman who ended up going to run in Italy, do an ultra over in Italy, and how they kind of, you know, fostered their friendship. Their friendship kind of fostered over trails and spending time together while she was doing, uh, you know, photographing races and had this friend, and then they kind of swapped spots or, kind of went over to Italy and did some more stuff together. So it was really cool to hear about that too.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. What else do we have, Scotty? I think I think that a lot of our readers will relate uh to the Amy Rusiecki's feature about answering the call.
Yeah.
She took a group of runners out on a day where there was a huge storm prior to the group run, and the trail was just littered with trail debris and branches and ice, and they ended up just doing a bunch of trail maintenance instead of running, and yeah, fixed up the trails in time for the next race. So that was a cool feature as well.
Good looking out. And that's always important too. If you see something and you guys can take care of it, take care of it. It's within
Yeah,
reason, right? Like you're not going in and totally being obtrusive to what's out there, but yeah, clearing a path.
right. It's just a reminder that we all have a responsibility as runners, but also as trail users to do our part. So yeah, very cool.
100%.
Very
Yeah. She's
cool.
such a great steward of the land. She's
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely. Definitely. And then we've got, a few other features like Buzz Burrell wrote about Run Up for Air in Moab, which is his new baby race that he has started with he's co-race directing. And so he wrote about the kind of the background of that, started by one of our famous Barkley finishers, Jared Campbell. And then it's just kind of evolved from there. So more events are popping up everywhere, Run Up for Air events, just to raise money for clean air. So that's been super cool to read about as well. But
Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
And can you
So
share a little bit about Megan Canfield's article?
yeah, so Megan writes about a bit about the the staying strong on the trails after menopause. And so kind of the things that women can do or females can do to maintain their strength so that they can continue to run on trails. Because I think a lot of of aging females have that the lingering effects of menopause that include like anxiety and a fear of tripping and falling and just not having the endurance to continue. So she kind of writes about the things you can do to keep running on trails and make it worthwhile.
Yeah, and she does a great job of breaking that down. So it's super
Yeah.
easy to intake and remember that too for the next time you're out on the trail and like, oh yeah, this is what I need to do.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And
Uh,
prepare for it too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, she's awesome. Let's talk about one more article in this issue. We just were at Western States and we have an article about that written by
Yes.
one and only.
Dean Karnazes.
That's the one.
Yes. Dean was not at Western States this year, but he did contribute to the trails issue and wrote about his experiences while running on the Western States Trail and how much friendship and how much the trail and how much all those memories that he has from, I think he's run it like over 10 times, maybe 11 times. More, maybe more. I can't recall. But he's made a lot of fond memories on that trail and kind of details one of his races with some of his friends, Topher Gaylord and his wife Kim, pacing him. So it's a really nice little, you know, this is what I experience when I run on the Western States Trail, and here's the magic that I felt while I was running. So
Well, that's awesome. Well,
yeah.
what's your takeaways from this year's Western States? Wow, what a finish
Wow,
that was.
Scotty. Yeah, it was my takeaway was just it was a super fast race. And granted, the temperatures were not as high as they could have been, especially given the next weekend was like over 100 everywhere. But the temperatures were in the low 90s. Start was really mellow. But yeah, the runners were fast. They just had these big groups of elites running all in a pack through Forest Hill, and then eventually, just pulled apart. So it was fast. It was
Yeah,
very fast, but it was great. It was
yeah,
so much fun.
it was. And to I mean, congratulations to Katie and to Jim for
Mhm.
their finishes. Katie was historic. She has the second and third fastest times on
Amazing.
that course. Gosh, she's amazing. Um,
Yeah.
and then second and third place men, just
Yeah.
how that went down with the, less than a mile, less than a half mile to go.
Sprint on the track.
Just incredible. Just feats of endurance and strength. It was
Yeah.
so impressive. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, as well as watching the golden hour finishers and just seeing how many we had. It
Right.
seemed like every 30 seconds there was someone coming in up until the last, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Um,
Right.
but just incredible.
Well, and one of the things that we noticed as well is all the runners, who finish after the 30-hour cutoff. We had a runner come in just, what, 30, 40 seconds right after the 30-hour cutoff.
Yeah,
And they continued to come in, I think, up into like over a half an hour after the 30-hour cutoff. It was really inspiring to see all those people just keep going
yeah,
and get their finish, because it's a finish. They finished 100 miles, and it's amazing to watch that, the end of that.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And those
all,
finishers that they do get a finisher's medal, they don't get a buckle, but they do get the medal and that recognition of
yeah,
getting a hug from Craig Thornley, the race director, at the end,
definitely,
which is great.
definitely.
Just yeah, it's just awe-inspiring, and just thanks to everyone that we met out there for dropping by and saying hello to us at the expo. that really keeps us going.
It does.
We just love seeing everybody, love interviewing everyone out there, and just kind of giving them that recognition of all the hard work and dedication that they put into this event. Just hats off to everyone.
Yep, here, 100%. It was the best. It's always the best day for me of the year just to go to the expo and see everyone in person, give hugs, talk to people. I absolutely love that personal interaction, the just, you know, getting to see people who I normally email, and just getting to see subscribers say hi, and it's definitely my favorite place to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you guys are what this is all about. It truly is.
Yes,
So
exactly.
thank you
Yep.
for your continued enduring support. Um,
Yes.
okay, well, I guess that's going to do
Awesome.
it for us until September, eh? What?
What?
Well, I
You
know.
mean I have to go all summer long without seeing you until September?
Yeah, yeah. And I got more bad news. I was supposed to come up for the Nathaniel Rateliff concert, and
No,
I know I can't make it.
Scotty.
I'm working on a plan B. I'm working on a plan B.
Okay, you better. I was banking on that we were gonna
Oh
see each other in
man.
August for the
Yeah.
concert, and
I know, I
now
know, I know, I know, I know, I know.
my
Okay.
gosh.
All right.
Okay.
More to come. Hopefully you'll see my
Okay.
podcast up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for your time today. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, you rock, Scotty. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.